Can you hear me? Can you hear me? D.S Senanayake College will be desperate to end the season with the plate championship, but Kingswood College will no doubt be aiming to upset. Welcome to the Papare. It's D.S Senanayake College taking on Kingswood College here from Havelock Park, and boy oh boy, we are no doubt expecting a cracker-lacka game here. Both teams will be eyeing for that plate championship, but since given the result last evening where St. Joseph's beat Anand, it means that the chances of Kingswood securing that plate will be mathematically out of reach, and DS will be the only team able to reach that. Blue skies here at Havelock Park, and there is a bit of a cloud cover, but we can no doubt expect that there will be no rain, with a maximum temperature of 30 degrees Celsius shown on your screen. We can expect some good running fast rugby. Both teams have fared pretty well throughout this competition, and that's why DS Senanayake College are pretty much in the driving seat to secure that plate championship. We have the champions Trinity College from the cup segment. They will be lining up against St. Peter's, along with DS and Kingswood in the plate championship, with Sri Sumangala playing host to Zahira, and the two relegated outfits Vidyartha and Dharmaraj going head to head at Nithavala. So plenty of rugby action lined up. We will all be no doubt expecting some good running, fast-paced rugby from here at Havelock Park, and you could expect the same from Pallegale as well. Last week we had plenty of games, and it was Trinity. Well, it was Zahira who kicked off the week with the victory against Anand. DS Senanayake College, they rounded off the week with a single point win over St. Joseph's, which keep them in contention for this plate championship. Kingswood dispatched Sri Sumangala with relative ease. And well, that was from last week, but yesterday's results, well, we saw one of the games of the season, or if not the game of the season, Wesley College managing to defeat St. Thomas's here at Havelock Park. Royal, well, they made a comeback. Well, if you're a Royal supporter, you will beg to differ if I said that yesterday's Wesley game was the game of the week, because Royal came and made a lovely comeback against Isipatana to secure their victory. St. Joseph's College managed to dispatch Anand. They were pushed to the brink, but they somehow managed to get over the line, and bowl champions were toppled at Nithavala. Those were the fixtures from yesterday, and well, we will all be expecting more fireworks today as the Dialog Schools Rugby League comes to an end. There is of course one game that is scheduled to be played on Thursday, because Thurston College coach has left on national duty, but well, Beg your pardon, that's coming up on Tuesday. Before we go any further, we will be going for a quick commercial break and be back with more stats on the other side before kickoff.
Reserve your BYD vehicle today with John Keel's CG Auto by visiting the BYD showrooms or call us on 0112 125 125.
Park Avenue, long-lasting fragrance, unshakable confidence.
Keep sweating. Keep pushing the limits. Keep stepping up your game. Keep shining. Keep rising. No matter what your fitness goal is, we are always there by you, with you. Iodex. Get. Spray. Go.
නව රෙක්සෝනා ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ඩිෆෙන්ස් 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සඳහාමයි.
Creamy richness redefined. Smooth, soft, spreadable. Introducing Fondre with canola and sunflower oil.
සරතම enjoy කරන්න party එකට go.
Night Go Pocket Perfume. Youth එකට go එකක්.
ලොකු ඩිස්කවුන්ට් නැති දවටනේ නියම විල සඳහන් ස්විස් ටෙක්ටයිල් ඇඩසිව් අල්ලන්න හොඳම කෙනා.
Link Natural Cramp Guard Plus. No more suffering from muscle cramps. The herbal specialist for muscle cramps. A trusted product from Link Natural.
Last a lifetime. Nippon Cement.
නව රෙක්සෝනා ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ඩිෆෙන්ස් 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සඳහාමයි.
Reserve your BYD vehicle today with John Keel's CG Auto by visiting the BYD showrooms or call us on 0112 125 125.
Summer refresh when the train gotta go.
Night Go Pocket Perfume. Youth එකට go එකක්.
නව රෙක්සෝනා ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ඩිෆෙන්ස් 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සඳහාමයි.
ඉන්ජෙක්ෂන් එක.
බයද? ඒවටත් බෙහෙත් අපි ළඟ තියෙනවා ඉඳගන්න.
උස්වත්ත පවුලින් හඳුන්වා දෙන රස ඇබ්බැහිය චර්පි චිප්ස් රිදෙන්න දැනෙන රස. තව ඉන්ජෙක්ෂන් එකක් ගහමුද?
Park Avenue, long-lasting fragrance, unshakable confidence.
Love rugby.
Live rugby.
Prima Kotumi. Fun tamari.
The road is yours.
German engineered tires for Sri Lankan roads. Seat car radials. The road is yours.
Forests come in many forms. They can be up in the hills or down in the plains, fed by the rain or sculpted by the sun. Our forests are deeply rooted in us. They are a living inspiration.
Bring that inspiration home. Lanka Tiles. Fine living. Redefined.
රාමෙන් පාරක් දාමුද?
මෙතන
විතරක් නෙමෙයි. ඕනෙම තැනක රාමෙන්.
හඳුන් වාදන මෙල්බන් ස්නැකර්ස් කොරියන් රාමෙන් සේවරි විස්කට්. රාමෙන් සැරට සෙට් වෙන්න.
Park Avenue, long-lasting fragrance, unshakable confidence.
German-engineered tyres for Sri Lankan roads. Seat car radials. The road is yours.
Love Rugby.
Live rugby.
Prima Kotumi Fun Tamari.
නව රෙක්සෝනා ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ඩිෆෙන්ස් 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සඳහාමයි.
The Papare, we are about 20 minutes away from kickoff in this game. D.S Senanayake College playing host to Kingswood College in what would be a decider for them to secure the plate championship. Nothing but a win will help their cause. But I also have Shanaka alongside me in the commentary box. Shanaka, as we look at the points table, here you go. St. Joseph's are sitting on top with 26 points, but DS and Kingswood, they go head to head, and DS are the team in the driver's seat with one hand on the plate.
Yes, it's a 2-3 playoff today. Kingswood playing for second place. Of course, they can't go higher than that because St. Joseph's are 26 points, which is 8 points ahead of them. The maximum they can get today is 6. D.S Senanayake, of course, maximum points that they can get is 6 as well, and a win will do it for them. St. Joseph's have to sit and pray that DS don't get a win today, and if they don't get a win today, then St. Joseph's will become plate champions. But if D.S Senanayake do get a win, then they become plate champions. Kingswood, if they get a bonus point, it won't be enough for them to come up to second place. They will definitely need to get a win to try and get up beyond DS and get the bonus point as well. Ananda, Zahira, Sri Sumangala doing pretty well to stay up in the plate championship. I think they would have been satisfied with the bowl championship if they were in it, but they managed to make it to the plate. Romario and Ananda and Zahira have been very good so far this season, but unfortunately you can only have one winner.
Indeed, I think Ananda College is a team that surprised quite a few with how hard they came towards their opponents, and that's why they find themselves in the plate championship. St. Anthony's, of course, they were one team that was displaced from this plate championship, and they fell down into the bowl championship. In the top point scorers, well, in number one with 13 tries, it's Sitija, and Yadege moves to second with Praveen Lakmal. He has a chance to extend his tally and move up a bit, with Didulu Jayasuriya in fourth with 9 tries, and Kumara Singh with 8 tries in fifth.
Really good performance from those forwards, and here are the top point scorers. Dinesh Chamadita, of course, of that Ananda College team that you were talking about. Unfortunately, his team haven't made it to the top of this plate championship, but he has had an outstanding season, 114 points, a superb boot, and really orchestrating things from the back for that Ananda College team. The other man who has shone in a team that has not shone as brightly as he has is Dilruwan Pereira, the captain of that Science College team. Two bright futures, I would think, for both those two top point scorers. Mayanka Dias has a couple more seasons under his belt, but he's been a shining star for St. Thomas's as well. Kept them in the hunt in several games with his place kicking, and has scored a very important couple of tries in the last 2 weeks as well. Kalpan Akwina of St. Anthony's leading his team to that bowl championship, and Idris Farooq has been a real steadying influence at the fulcrum of that Royal team. We'll probably see the best of him in the next 2 weeks as well.
Indeed, all of these players have no doubt put their hands up individually, even though a few teams have not had the best seasons. Kingswood College out from your screen towards the right hand side, having their warm-ups as we see the D.S Senanayake team and their coaching staff just putting them through their final paces before this important game. Everyone knows that DS, well, nothing but a win will help their cause in securing the plate championship, and they will no doubt be coming out all guns blazing.
Kingswood have had a real resurgence this season, haven't they, Romario? They had a few lean seasons in the last maybe 5 years or so. They were forced to be reckoned with in the mid-2000s, of course, with that three-peat team and the likes of Fazil Marija and the likes of Gayan Veeraratne, Roshan Veeraratne, Tilina Manoj. Some of these players were really outstanding players to watch who made it to the club scene and, of course, the Sri Lanka scene. But fortunately, they dropped off in the 2010s, and they've suddenly made a resurgence under coach Ananda Kasturiarachi. He's given them the basics, and they've played some really good positive rugby this season. It's good to see them back. A strong Kingswood team is something that really does help the Kandy forte, and unfortunately for Kandy, although they probably will have two teams going down at the end of this season with Dharmaraja and Vidyartha both going down, it's really great for them that they have two champions in the Cup Championship as well as the Bowl Championship. We'll look back at this season as we go on with the rest of this game, which is coming up in just a moment.
Park Avenue, long-lasting fragrance, unshakable confidence.
කොහෙන් හරි කමන්නේ ෆොටෝ එක තිබ්බනම් මට මේ බිත්තියේ කැත වහගන්න තිබ්බා.
චමරි අක්කා. බිත්තියට ස්විස් ටෙක් ස්කිම් කෝඩ් ගාලා ෆිනිෂ් කළා නම් ඔය ප්‍රශ්න මුකුත් නැහැ.
ස්විස් ටෙක් ස්කිම් කෝඩ් ෆිනිෂ් එකට හොඳම කෙනා. නව රෙක්සෝනා ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ඩිෆෙන්ස් 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සදාමයි. ලොකු ඩිස්කවුන්ට් නැති දවටනේ නියම විල සඳහන් ස්විස් ටෙක් ටයිල් ඇඩසිව් අල්ලන්න හොඳම කෙනා. නව රෙක්සෝනා ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ඩිෆෙන්ස් 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සදාමයි.
Follow your dreams, achieve your goals. With every step, let your story unfold. In this world you will shine, just believe it's your time. Sky is the ultimate limit, never can you stop any day.
Chase your dream career with eSoft Metro Campus.
Park Avenue, long-lasting fragrance, unshakable confidence.
උස්වත්ත පවුලින් හඳුන්වා දෙන රස ඇබ්බැහිය චර්පි චිප්ස් රිදෙන්න දැනෙන රස.
වතුරත් ලීක් වෙලා ස්ලැබ් එකත් ඉවරයි. බලන්නකො දැන් සාලේ කැත. චමරි.
ස්විස් ටෙක් ඇක්වාෂීල්ඩ් 2K waterproof දැම්මා නම් වතුර කාන්දු වෙන්නෙත් නැහැ. හිතටත් නිදහස්.
ස්විස් ටෙක් ඇක්වාෂීල්ඩ් 2K waterproofer සීල් කරන්න හොඳම කෙනා.
දවසම ෆ්‍රෙෂ් වෙන්න O3 Spirit and Freedom perfumed body spray.
Boss, you're the one who lifted this company to where it is today, ne? Your work is so well organized and your capability really shines through it.
While you're working hard to earn your yearly bonus, save money with Commercial Bank's Power Bonus. Open an account with just 5,000 rupees and earn bonus interest every 3 months straight.
The road is yours. German-engineered tires for Sri Lankan roads. Seat Car Radials. The road is yours.
Park Avenue, long-lasting fragrance, unshakable confidence.
වතුරත් ලීක් වෙලා ස්ලැබ් එකත් ඉවරයි. බලන්නකො දැන් සාලේ කැත. චමරි.
ස්විස්ටෙක් ඇක්වාෂීල්ඩ් 2K waterproof දැම්මනම් වතුර කාන්දු වෙන්නෙත් නෑ. හිතටත් නිදහස්.
ස්විස්ටෙක් ඇක්වාෂීල්ඩ් 2K waterproofer සීල් කරන්න හොඳම කෙනා.
උස්වත්ත පවුලින් හඳුන්වා දෙන රසයක් බැයිය. චර්පි චිප්ස්. රිදෙන්න දැනෙන රස.
Drink Samahan daily to boost your immunity and stay healthy against prevailing health conditions. Samahan daily. Stay healthy.
Whose fault is this? Looks like someone didn't use Tokyo Superset for bricklaying and plastering. Tokyo Superset. Do it right the first time.
ලොකු ඩිස්කවුන්ට් නැති දවටනේ නියම විල සඳහන් ස්විස් ටෙක්ටයිල් ඇඩසිව්. අල්ලන්න හොඳම කෙනා.
Welcome back to the Papare. The warm-ups are now complete as D.S Senanayake College make their way out of the playing field, and we expect the Kingswood team also to do so in the next few minutes.
Here's the Kingswood College team. Atif Jaruk, Dulisha Rasanjana, Pansilu Bandara, Madhuranga Pushpakumara, Menusha Marasingha, Temash, Tilakaratna, Senra Premratna and Akila Dilchan in the front eight. Tavisha Ekanayaka pairs up with the promising Ruset Tamodia, Ashik Azmi and Sachin Navisha in the centres for Kingswood. Dulaj Fernandez, Sadev Amarasuriya and Revin Baudin is one of the senior men in the number 15 jersey. Bandara Madugalla Nisanka, Karunatilaka Adhikari, Shafra, Setma, Ranavira, Jan and Karavita make up the bench for Kingswood College.
For D.S Senanayake College, it's Lankesh Wickramasinghe, their skipper, alongside Praveen Lakmal and Jitnula in the front rows. Disanaga and Minnu is the lock-in committee. Dushal, Yerash and Sanu Pereira rounding off the forwards for DS. Lihara and Bandara line up at 9 and 10 with Tenula De Silva and Tathira Pereira. Of course, he's lucky to be finding himself lining up in this game with Priyalal, Chamit and Rusiru rounding off the run on 15 for the home team. Piris Jayatilaka, Perra Samaranayaka, Gimhana Anuranga, Disanayaka, Ravindra, Fernando and Kumara are the finishers for D.S Senanayake College.
The difference in those two team cards, of course, the big forward pack possessed by D.S Senanayake, Romario. That's where it's going to be won and lost for DS, who are in hot pursuit of this plate championship. They know all they need is a win, and they'll be looking for their men up front to really give them the platform. They may not even go to the backs too much. They haven't been doing that this season. In most of their games, they've been choosing to keep it with the forwards, and I don't see that changing too much today. For Kingswood, of course, they will have to play at pace. They will want to get a win here in Colombo, and they'll want to throw the ball around for sure. So that's what's important to see, whether Gihan Yatabara gives them that leeway to make sure they throw it around a little bit, or whether it's going to be one of those stop-start affairs of which we've seen a few in the recent past.
D.S Senanayake coming in with their tails up after a victory against St. Joseph's College, which kept their hopes alive in this plate championship. And now it's down to the business end for them to see if they can finish things off and end this season with the plate championship. Kingswood, well, we all know that they are unable to jump into the top position of the plate championship, but what they can do is they can, if they manage to beat DS, they can finish second on the table. And I think given the last couple of seasons where they were quite not so up to the usual Kingswood level, this will no doubt be a great step forward, Chanaka.
Yes, I'm sure they'll be happy with what they have achieved this season, given the relativity of where they started off with. It was a huge surprise to a lot of us to see, especially after that first game that they played Royal College in the knockout tournament, Romario. I think that was a pre-quarter final that they ran Royal pretty close, and they've been there and thereabouts despite suffering a few injuries and maybe missing a player or two for most of that season, but they've still managed to stay in the fight. And like teams like St. Thomas's, like teams like Kingswood, teams like Sri Sumangala, I think we're still seeing them getting into the top flight and really learning that they can compete. And then next year they'll probably go on and do a lot better than they have this season so far.
They will also be hoping that the experience they gather from these seasons will help their cause in the future to come. As we are waiting for the two teams to arrive onto center stage, just a few minutes away. The far side of the ground is packed, and DS fans have come in numbers to see their team, well, hopeful to see their team winning this plate championship.
It's been a good couple of years for D.S Senanayake in the top division, hasn't it, Romario? They came in as relative newcomers maybe about 5 or 6 years ago, but since then they've been getting better and better every season as they've gone along. Their rugby advisory committee has really invested a lot in making sure this DS rugby program is what it is, and they've provided a few players to the national cause as well. In even the under-20 clause, we saw a couple of them playing in the under-27s. So good to see that DS really is making a strong contribution to this A division. They've run a lot of the bigger names, the more traditional names, quite close, and ended up with a couple of big scalps. And here's the DS team being cheered on to the ground, anticipating a win, anticipating a plate championship, and their crowd is making sure that they know it's a home game.
Indeed, they do know that it is a home game, and they will be raring to go, all guns blazing. At Kingswood College, they will also be having other ideas, led by Ekanayake out of that long flag as the fireworks go off under the upright. Well, plenty up at stake for the two teams. second place for Kingswood and the championship for D.S Senanayake College, the plate championship of course. And well, it'll be interesting to see what sort of a game the two teams bring, Shanaka, and also how the teams handle the pressure will be how the outcome of this game, it'll also shape the outcome of this game.
Certainly will. And it's going to be a very, very interesting matchup because Kingswood have nothing to lose. Two of my least favorite things about rugby that we've seen in the last couple of days, Romario at Havelock Park. One was the Papare band yesterday at the Wesley St. Thomas's game, which was incessant, and crackers today on Sunday at Havelock Park also, where the smoke from the crackers is going to be the first thing that these teams are going to breathe in when they're going to gulp in that air at the start of this game.
Ekanayake having his last words before this all-important encounter for Kingswood. And on the other side of your screen, it's D.S Senanayake College taking a knee and seeking for divine intervention, hoping for quite a bit of that and hoping that it'll be the driving force that helps them get over the line against Kingswood College.
Final huddle of the season for DS. They know that it's all to play for here. The plate championship is an important one for these teams. It's been a very competitive plate championship as well. A couple of teams in the running until last week and two teams in the running now in this final weekend. St. Joseph's will be sitting wherever they are sitting and hoping that Kingswood does them a favor.
Indeed, all the Josephian faithful will be sitting and watching. That's all they can do at this given moment. Ihan Yatavara will be the man in charge who will be handling the pressure in the center alongside Nipuna Amaratunga and Tilina Ratnayaka assisting him from the touchlines. And no doubt preparing for a cracker game here at the Havelock Park.
The Referee Society knows how important this game is as well, so they've assigned one of their top referees for this encounter, Romario.
Indeed, plenty at stake here. And, we'll be expecting a good show from Gihan Yatavara. Preparing to kick off will be ThePapare from D.S Senanayake College. They'll be running from right to left on your screen. The blow of the whistle, ThePapare puts it deep into the 22. Collected by the DS center as Tamodya puts a massive kick straight away, clearing things and making DS work from the center line.
He's a real talent, isn't he, Rusit Tamodya? Under a legal cloud early on at the start of the season, but that has been resolved and he's very much part of this Kingswood team now. I see the Court of Appeal stepping in a really expeditious dispensation of justice for the young man.
Lakmal hitting his target, but just losing it forward was Bumudika for DS Senanayake College, and first line out, and it goes astray for DS.
50,
now, straight away you can see Ekanayake asking the referee whether we are inside the 50 or outside it. Giving the message to his fellow backline. Ekanayake feeding the scrum, held at under the tail with Akila. Now Tamodya puts in a deep kick, but by the looks of it he has overcooked it just that little, and we come back to where he kicked it from.
Yes, initial mistake. We knew they were going for the kick. That's why Dinala Ekanayake asked whether they were inside or outside the 22, the 50, which means that the 50-22 was something that was definitely on their minds. But unfortunately, Tamodya has overcooked that one. But again, Going to the line out may not be the best option for them.
Lakmal now from the wraparound gets it as the first receiver beats the first defender, that is De Silva. Now D.S Senanayake through their big forwards as we expected, coming in to the thick of this action at Havelock Park. Now to the line they go. Rusiru gives it out to Tatira as he shows, steps inside, and Tatira Pereira will go over for the first Amana Bank try of this evening. And how easy was that, Chanaka, for the big centre?
Yes, it was the big boys who really made the inroads there. Kingswood getting bumped off in the first couple of contacts. They just couldn't regroup in time. And they moved the ball quickly, and Tatira Pereira becomes the beneficiary of that really in tatters defense from Kingswood College. They didn't really recover from giving away the line out. And here's some good passing. The number 8 draws and passes. Kingswood shooting up. And if you do that, you've got to make sure you make the tackle. Sadev Amarasuriya just came out of that defensive line and left a yawning gap which Tatira Pereira needed no second invitation to take.
We also saw Tamodya buying that massive dummy that was sold. And once there was no cover from inside, Tatira Pereira made no mistake going over and also kicking the extras. So D.S Senanayake 3 minutes into the game with a 7-point advantage, and straight away Kingswood College under the pump.
Looks a pretty good athlete, doesn't he, Tatira Pereira? Struck that one pretty hard, and very slow revolutions on the ball as well, which means he struck it pretty hard. And a good balance when he runs as well, so it's one to watch for the future.
Bowdin puts in a deep restart, collected by Rusiru as he clears his lines. Now D.S Senanayake College have done extremely well to clear their lines, but Kingswood College still inside the opponent's half will be looking to just make something out of this as they receive the ball for the first time in this game.
Got to make sure DS don't go too far ahead.
Okay, good.
Line out secured. Rusit Tamodya gives it off to his centre partner. He tries to show. Make headway. Now Tamodya to the line they go. Kingswood College to their fullback. Bowdin step in, but he's brought down by his opposite number, Rusiru. However, Kingswood recycle possession. Now to their big number 5. Menusha that was. Taking it up into contact. Lost forward, lost cold as DS through Ayeshmant attacks and did make some good meters, did Ayeshmant, but just lacking support on that occasion as referee Yatavar says that there was no advantage from the first infringement, which was a knock-on.
Yes, really good work that time by Kingswood. They managed to cut DS open on the outside. Not sure about that defensive line taken by Amarasuriya, who chose to cut in. Thought he might have stayed with Ekanayake on the outside. But this is where the unforced error came.
Now Vikramasinghe feeding the scrum for D.S Senanayake College. Sanu Pereira at the tail gives it out to his centre, De Silva. Still inside the 22. RDS as direction is changed. Now Tatira Pereira throws out a long cutout pass to his winger. Puts in a bit of a chip kick as Bowdin leaves it behind. However, coming from behind was Bumudika, and his second punt unfortunately beat everyone into Dutch. They did have a good opportunity there with Bowdin leaving the ball behind, but D.S Senanayake College just managed to execute that final kick through Bumudika.
Yeah, that was a pretty bad miss by Rusit Tamodya, it was that time. And Bumudika had far more time than he realized he did. Didn't need to hack at that one, could have fallen on it and still got up and gone. He had plenty of support. But it's all been DS in the first 7 minutes of this game.
Tamodya, after the first couple of mistakes, by the looks of it, seems to be under the pump a bit, as nothing seems to be going his way. Now Vikramasinghe Gives it out to ThePapare. Wrapping around was the winger Samarasinghe. Still keeping the ball alive are D.S Senanayake College. However, Rusiru is bundled, but somehow manages to stay inside the field of play. Now Vikramasinghe to their first 5-8. It's it to his big runners, the ball carriers. Bandara was the fly half. Now Vikramasinghe lining up the box kick from inside his 50. Puts it high. Doesn't get too much of depth on it, but a good chase coming and collected by Priyalal. Kingswood College straight away on the back foot. Ball turned over, but the referee clearly communicated that Menusha had to leave it because he was not supporting his body weight. And also there was a player fallen on the wrong side, Shanaka.
Yes, again, very good technical play from DS. You can see that they're exploiting their size advantage really well. Good tactical play.
Bowdin and his covering defenders were caught off guard there. They were expecting the box kick to come a bit more deeper, but did not have as much depth as they would have liked. Now Praveen Lakmal sitting on third place on that top try scorer list, preparing to throw into a full man line out. Hits Bumudika as the maul is set up. Now D.S Senanayake College. They brought this maul and to good effect last weekend as well against St. Joseph's. And you can see straight away the much lighter Kingswood pack is getting pushed backwards, and the second try, well, it's imminent. Praveen Lakmal at the tail. He will go over and sit down for D.S Senanayake College's second Amana bag try. And boy oh boy, they are sure here to play.
That was really a lovely setup, wasn't it, Romario? They knew exactly what they were going to do. They may not have thought they were going to go all the way, but the way they set that drive up with two people securing off the jumper, making sure that they got that arrowhead formation early before they started the leg drive. And the cohesion of this maul, it really is a thing of beauty. And Praveen Lakmal, you can see why he's so high up on the try scorers list as a hooker. It's because there's so much good work going on in front of him.
Indeed, his forward pack is pretty much laying it on a platter for him. And that has helped him as ThePapare strikes it, but just doesn't have the direction. And DS take an early lead. 10 minutes into the game, 12-0 reads the scoreboard in favor of the home team.
As we expected, the big DS forwards have really been dictating terms here. Haven't been helped out by Kingswood making some unforced errors. Probably a little bit of anxiety on their part. Try and make sure they come away with a second place finish.
Clearing his lines was Rusiru as D.S Senanayake College still inside their own half. But, I think the onus is on Kingswood now. They have to score, they have to hit back rather, and hit back soon. Line out, closing the gap, says the referee as Ekanayaka takes it quick, gives it to Tamodya. Sends it through the hands, does Tamodya. Now running. Here goes the Kingswood College. Putting a bit of pace on that ball. Rusit Tamodya has to deputize with their big prop forward. Well, Temisha in the flanks, wearing the number 3 jumper. Tamodya gives it off short. Lovely short ball. An advantage coming for Kingswood as they go to the line. A number on the outside, but unfortunately, Dulaj Fernando drops it cold.
Offside in a line.
Did have the advantage, and the referee is coming back. Says line offside.
Offside.
Now first attacking opportunity for Kingswood with a penalty inside their opponent's 22. Shanaka.
Yes, it wasn't the best of passes. It was a little bit too far in front. of the winger, and unfortunately Baldwin needs to do a little bit better than that. Needs to soften that pass for his winger to run on to, especially to allow him to straighten up a little bit. But 2 knockouts now when they've been really attacking well.
Crouch!
The wingers
Fine.
always like to have the pass
Set.
on the chest to collect it. But this time around they have been unable to do so. Breaking from the tail was Akila. Takes a couple of defenders with him. Setting things up for their forwards is the big DS boys, Kingswood lads rather. Maduranga picking it up.
Get back.
Good defensive work by DS, stopping them in their tracks.
Get back.
Not much go forward for Kingswood, but has the ball been ripped, it has been ripped backwards. So Kingswood College still with possession. DS crowds getting into it,
Get back. DS.
cheering on their team. Ekanayake
New advantage.
still keeping the ball with the forwards as an advantage comes for Kingswood College. Now Ekanayake goes digging. Gives it to the pod, stand outside. Kingswood College to the line they go. Here's the big centre. Again, not the best of passers. But still they have an advantage as the referee has a double blow on his whistle.
Captain.
And calls the DS skipper to have a word with him.
Tackle again. Right?
Once again, DS.
Okay.
Their defense was pretty good on that occasion. Kingswood making inroads, but just not being able to put the finishing touches on that last part is really letting them down.
Ekanayake
Block tackle.
preparing to take a quick tap. Wrap around move there as their big number 7 Akila goes ever so close, but short says the referee. Again he says that it's short, and from the side came the DS defenders. Offside in fact. Just ahead of the mark was Ekanayake, skipper Ekanayake, Tavish Ekanayake that was. Still opting for that quick tap. Here goes Kingswood College for their opening try through their big number 8 Maduranga Pushpakumar, that is. First Amana Bank try coming as the DS defense has been shattered.
Yes, it was just a matter of time, wasn't it? Maduranga Pushpakumara getting the first Amana Bank try for Kingswood. Getting on the scoreboard, and that will certainly settle their nerves. It's been a brilliant start by this DS team. But Kingswood have been threatening. They just haven't been able to make the passes stick. And this time they took route 1. Didn't go out to the backs. And Maduranga Pushpakumara said, "This is how you do it, mate." And now Tamodhya, in fact Baldwin, will step up to add the extras.
Try goes converted off the boot of Bowdin as the DS crowd has been silenced here at Havelock Park. And first converted try for Kingswood College cuts the deficit to 5 points. And it's a game on. Now what would be interesting to see is how DS respond after they concede points. Satira Pereira lines up the kickoff, the restart rather, collected by the centre De Silva, that is for beg your pardon, Asmi for Kingswood College. Now trying to set up a bit of an angle for the clear-in kick. Kingswood College goes to Rusit Tamodhya, measures things up and puts a big boom-in kick, collected by Rusiru as he tries to go for the 50-22. However, bowed in. Now step in, beat in 1, beat in 2, but he's brought down at the third time of asking. As ThePapare has been asked to leave the ball behind. Rusit Tamodya running in circles, giving it to his big number 17, Atif. In centre field, Ekanayake spots a bit of a gap, puts an end-on-end kick. But Rusiru was in place. He decides against kicking and makes the break. Here goes D.S Senanayake College to their fullback. In fact, it's a fly up, stepping on the accelerator. Will he be able to go on the downside? No, he does not, as he unfortunately knocks it on. Was Bandara with that great slicing run, but just ran out of space on the far side.
Superb counter-attack from Bandara there. Absolutely went through that Kingswood defense like a hot knife through butter. It was not a very good kick from Kingswood. They should really have kept that ball in hand. Tavisha Ekanayake spotted what he thought was a little bit of space, and Bandara ball in 2 hands to start off with. Then he shifts, then he shows, and he thought he'd seen the corner flag. Enough of it. Rusit Tamodya gets across, makes an important tackle, and the ball very clearly going forward. And despite the efforts of Riyalal, they don't get the 5.
Sublime run coming in there by Bandara for D.S Senanayake College. Hopefully he has not done any damage to his knee. Seems to be getting a bit of strapping coming on it.
Set.
Now with a man down, DS defending. Ekanayake feeds the scrum. By the looks of it, it has been out-hooked. Here goes D.S Senanayake College. ThePapare has space on the outside. Gives it to Bandara.
Release!
Takes a few players to come and bring him to the floor. The referee clearly said release, and Sadev Amarasinghe did not do so. For DS, the quick tap by Vikramasinghe was taken on the wrong side.
Interesting to see that one again, to see if Sadev had rights to that ball. They tried to hold him up, but Amarasinghe did well to get to the floor, and then there were players scrapping on top of him. See whether Sadev Amarasuriya had rights to that ball or not.
Praveen Lakmal hits his target, but this time around they break through the skipper. Vikramasinghe, D.S Senanayake College just a couple of meters out from the try line. Now Ayushmant goes over, but he's held up, says the referee. Goal line dropout. Now good defensive work there by the Kingswood players. Here you go, that replay, Shanaka.
Looked like there was certainly no release there, and both players were on the spot. Referee Atavara getting that one spot on. He did also give Amarasuriya a warning to release, and whether the players agree or not, once the warning is given, you've got to release. But good reaction time from Kingswood there, Romario. They reacted to that back peel pretty quickly and managed to get under the ball carrier as he went over the line.
By the looks of it, Bandara's evening is cut short through what looks like a hamstring injury. And he's replaced straight away. So massive blow for Kingswood, for D.S Senanayake Shanaka, after that great run of his.
Especially after that brilliant run. And this may lift Kingswood a little bit, but they will miss him certainly. He's been very judicious in how he's chosen to kick and run.
Short drop out doesn't work the way Kingswood would have wanted it to do. Now the big forwards dropped short there. The looks of it, travelled a bit forward, but the referee thought otherwise. Now D.S Senanayake College secure in position. Ayashmanta coming in the number 6 jumper for DS. Now they're big forwards, carrying it, taking a couple of defenders with him. D.S Senanayake College still opting to keep it with their forwards. Now to the line they go, through the back door. Shows, breaks the couple of tackles, did Rusiru. However, he's brought down 7 meters out. D.S Senanayake. Praveen Lakmal bumps off the would-be tackler.
No, release!
Jitnula, that is in the number 3 jumper. Ball squirted out. However, a hand was in the ruck. And the referee says that someone is sneakingly striking that ball out of the ruck with their hand, and they are not allowed to do that.
Now the opportunity for DS. They will be a little disappointed by the fact that they weren't able to get over the line in the last instance. We're seeing Rusiru moving into this fly half position that has been vacated by Bandara.
Line out secured by D.S Senanayake College. Praveen Lakmal comes to the tail of it. Just a matter of time before he goes over. He's been stopped illegally, but the number 9 says thank you. Wickramasinghe goes untouched as D.S Senanayake scores their third Amana Bank try, and a 10-point advantage with the kick to come.
Once again, you've got to stick with what works. Lihara Wickramasinghe getting the Amana Bank try, the third Amana Bank try in just the first quarter of the game for D.S Senanayake. Saw that yawning gap opening up on the blind side and took it very gratefully, but the big boys up front had done their work already. And this is what we're talking about before kickoff from Mario. Is it going to be a little bit too much for the smaller Kingswood side that they have to deal with this big monster pack of DS?
Indeed, quite a bit of weight on them. With the DS pack have ThePapare drastically off direction as the score remains 70 points to 7 in favor of DS with a 10-point advantage.
Well, the way he hits it, he's got very little margin for error, doesn't he? Maybe something he needs to work on if he's going to continue kicking, going to continue playing at club level, which we hope he does. But that one just didn't hit the sweet spot as Rusiru knocks this one up to the 40-meter mark.
Quick restart was taken by Kingswood College. Just not catching the opponent napping though. How they would have liked it to happen.
This is an important moment of the game for Kingswood. They just can't allow DS to run away with this here. They've got to get some purchase on this ball and show that they are here to play. But once again, Rusit Tamodia with the error, and that's a beautiful offload straight to the corner flag, but dragged down in defense. Still alive, ThePapare finds his center partner, and that looked like it might have been a Kingswood hand in there. Referee allowing play to continue, but says no advantage, and they'll come back to have a look at that.
Great awareness there by the DS players. Played to the whistle and let things go until the referee called it. Having a look if the player was bundled into touch. At the looks of it, he got it out in time.
Well, that looks a bit dangerous for Senura Premaratna. Referees are definitely having a look at it. Premaratna put his hand in there with no intention to catch the ball. I don't think it's going to be anything more than a penalty because there was plenty of cover defense. But it certainly will be a penalty. But great covering defense from Dulaj Fernando, who got across to make this important tackle on D.S Senanayake. A little bit of a wobble on the floor, but maybe not enough to warrant a knock-on being called. Samarasinghe flings it back in field. ThePapare, and here we are looking at it again. That's a tackle from Dulaj. Can see the orange boots of the winger who leaves it behind. Is that enough of a knock-on on the floor for the referee to call this one back? I think he certainly gets rid of it before he hits the ground. And ThePapare now will pass the ball. This
Captain, ඔයාට multiple තියෙනවා. Offside එක ගන්නත් පුළුවන්. ඔයාට අතන මැද්දේ තියෙනවා. Offside. Okay.
Multiple advantages to pick from for Wickramasinghe, Lankesh Wickramasinghe of DS. Picks for the penalty closest to the touchline. D.S Senanayake College. Now we all know what they are bringing about Chanaka.
Are they going to try a variation though, Romario? They're 17-7 in the lead early on in this game. In a game that they probably will figure out that they're going to win if things go like this. Are they just going to bring out a bit of razzle-dazzle, or are they going to go to the engine room?
By the looks of it, they are just going to go with what worked before. The maul, here goes the D.S Senanayake College. Penalty try has been awarded. As the Kingswood defense.
ඊට ඉස්සෙල්ලා මෝල් එකේදීත් පළවෙනි එකම clear try එක තියන්න පුළුවන් එක side එකෙන් ඇල block කරා. Oh, make it clear try side එකෙන් ඇලගෙන.
He says side entry. It happened once before. This time around, he's not going to let it. As D.S Senanayake College are awarded 7 points for all their hard work.
Once again, grinding this Kingswood College team into the dirt is this DS forward pack. And it is a physical game, Romario, and Kingswood have found themselves coming up against an opponent that they can't match for size. That's always a problem on a rugby pitch.
Just unable to cope up are the Kingswood players. Physicality-wise, no match. And now the scoreboard tells you a story as we see that penalty try. I think Lakmal will not be too pleased with the referee giving a penalty try, but from his team's point of view, gets 7 points. Now Rusit Tamodya drops off short to the flank. Akila, that is, spinning his way and is brought to the floor. Doesn't make too much meters. Good short ball coming in as Pansilu takes it. Now the Kingswood forwards still with plenty of running in their feet. There goes their big hooker, Dulisha. And Ekanayake puts in a bit of a chip kick, collected, and what a try by Kingswood College. Courtesy their number 13, that is Sachintana. And boy oh boy, we were all caught off guard, and so was the DS defense. They didn't know what struck them.
Completely against Aranav Prey, and that's the best Amana Bank try of the game so far. No, it's still very early on in the game as we draw towards the end of the first half, but what a brilliant few bits of skill from Kingswood here. Lovely little chip over the top. Both players knew exactly what they were doing. They spotted the gap, and it was Sachinta Navisha who called this one. Dina Lake and I could hear his winger screaming for it because they've seen the space at the back. But before that, Romario, it was those few short balls. The first one that Rushit Tamodya threw, and then another one between two front five forwards as well. Those look deceptively simple, that they're very, very difficult to execute at fast pace. And this is what is really mind-boggling about Kingswood, that they managed to execute these really difficult moments, but their defense has let them down a little bit.
Unfortunately, that defense has, on a couple of occasions, not only in this game, but throughout the season, and that's why they find themselves...
Number 14.
But a change is coming. Atif Jaruk been changed by Tushan Madugal. By the looks of it, Atif's shift is over. Ekanayake, beg your pardon, Tatira Pereira puts it deep. Collected by Tamodya. And he clears his lines. And he does so with gaining his team quite a few meters. And a great clearance there.
Yes, it was a really good clearance, and they need Rusit Tamodya to play well if they're going to bridge this 10-point gap. Romario, he's made a few errors, you have to say, that maybe weren't forced.
More!
Again, the body position from the first engaging player of Kingswood, not the best. Maul defense is a very specialized art in itself.
Number 4, move, number 4!
Are the DS players through their maul. They are retaining their own body position quite well. Are the DS
number
players.
6, move.
Now Kingswood College this time have somehow managed to slow things down, to their credit.
Number 9, move.
The referee is still on the case and moving out all the defenders who are in illegal positions, as Vikramasinghe is still driving his fellow forwards. Referee says once now. The DS Small has now been urged to use it. Now they have to clear things out from here. Through their big forward does clear the ball away, and Kingswood
Again play.
have turned things over, but again it has been turned over. Now Ayushmant makes good meters before he's brought down. Jitnula takes a couple of defenders with him. D.S Senanayake College sticking to their guns, using their big forwards. Isolated, however, are the DS attackers. Now Rusit Tamodya will have an opportunity to clear his lines, and he will no doubt be thanking his flank Senura Premaratna. Well, in fact, by the looks of it, it was Ekanayake who got in there, Shanaka, and the captain digging deep for his team.
Yes, that was superb turnover from Dina Ekanayake, because he was far away from the ball and he was well placed by the DS ball carrier, but he needed to be long and managed to get enough of a grip on that ball to show the referee a good picture and show that he had enough pulling power on that ball to force the turnover, and got rewarded for it very quickly. It's a good bit of defense, but DS really did need to score there, didn't they?
Indeed, they should have scored there for all money. However, the line out, scrappy.
Early lifting.
Early lifting, says the referee. Now Ekanayake goes to the line, drops it off short, does their flank, and a good run by the big number 3. Temisha clearing his lines. Clearing his lines are D.S Senanayake, the Kingswood players, but ball has been dropped, bubbled. Now pressure coming in. However, the DS scrum half gives it out to Tatira Pereira as he shows and clears his lines. Now Bowdin putting on a bit of footwork, beating the first defender, but he's brought down by Bumudika. Kingswood College still with possession. Going nowhere is Temash. Rusit Tamodya drops it off short. But the referee says that pass was forward.
Once again, a forward pass letting Kingswood down. Once they've really made the inroads, they've stretched the DS defense. They've moved them from side to side, but just not able to get that final pass. A little bit of indiscipline from the outside backs, a little bit of impatience also from them. There's one thing to play a fast-paced game, Romario, and one thing to be hasty. They really need to know that this game is going to only open up in the final quarter for them because these big boys might tire, and all this is going towards that.
They're also trying to make every play a strike play rather than work their way and creating things. But now D.S Senanayake College through their big fullback. Well, he fends off Rusit Tamodya, but he hangs on for dear life. Vikramasinghe trying to sneak through the short side. However, thinks better off.
So there's a player on the floor, so they'll come back very quickly for that. Sanu Pereira off the back of that DS scrum. Nice pass, making sure that the intricate little move that they had worked out was able to be played out. So important that number 8s don't try to get too greedy when they break off the back here. This is Rusiru. Big fend by the DS fly half. The fullback who's started the game as fullback needed to go in to fly half with Bandara going off early on. Dinesh Lakmal, Sri Lanka's second choice fly half. In the thick of things, and this time we'll make sure that De Silva is right to go.
Seemed to have been winded as he got the shot after throwing the pass. However, both players committed to what they were doing, so nothing illegal in that. The referee will restart play with the scrum to D.S Senanayake College because they were the ones who were in possession when he stopped. Vikramasinghe. Feed in the
right side feed again.
Feed in the scrum, and now goes Tatira. Tries to run over his opposite number, Ashik, but he's brought down. Kingswood defense well fanned out. Jitnula stopped in his tracks. No making any meters this time around. D.S Senanayake through their big forwards. Referee screaming that it's a ruck and he needs to let it go. Just in time does the Kingswood defenders. Now Vikramasinghe to the line. Here goes D.S Senanayake College through their backs. Tatira Pereira gives it off to the winger. Beats a couple of players, stepping in. Still on his feet is the winger. Brought down just in the nick of time by Dulaj Fernando. But an advantage coming. D.S Senanayake College, they will look into ice this first half if they can with another try. Jitnula goes over. Fifth Amana Bank try in for D.S Senanayake College on the stroke of half time. And have they secured things by the looks of it, Shanaka?
Yes, it looks like they certainly have. If they continue like this and Kingswood don't have a normal second half resurgence, it's going to be a long second half for the Kingswood lads. But a superb run by Priyalal as well. Nicely through the hands by DS. And this is Priyalal desperate to try and make his way to the line. They managed to bring him down in the end. And despite going in after the ball there, they made it available. Went close, and then the big lad stepped in and said, leave this to us, guys. And Jitnuda barging over from close range.
There's no stopping him from that sort of distance. try goes unconverted. And that's half time here from Havelock Park. D.S Senanayake College and their forwards have pretty much blown Kingswood off their feet.
They certainly have in this first half. It's been a couple of driving maul tries that took the wind out of the sails of this Kingswood team. Kingswood haven't really helped themselves with a few unforced errors, despite the fact that they've managed to cut this DS defense open in the wider channels, but they just haven't allowed the ball to stick. But the firepower and the individual brilliance of this D.S Senanayake team is just too hot to handle at the moment for Kingswood. And they will do well to adjust their defense closer to the fringe and make sure that they don't allow easy ball for DS, especially because they're not really competing at the breakdown either. And it's a 15-point lead to the Dons at halftime, and it looks like they've got one hand and a few fingers on the other hand as well on this plate championship. We'll be back with second half action after the commercial break.
Hey, shall we have a ramen? Yeah? Yes, now you can have Korean ramen anytime, anywhere with newly introduced Maliban Snackers Korean Ramen Savory Biscuit. Grab a pack for just 550 rupees and get that spicy Korean ramen sensation while watching this match.
Creamy richness redefined. Smooth, soft, spreadable. Introducing Fondre with canola and sunflower oil.
Park Avenue, long-lasting fragrance, unshakable confidence.
විහිළු නෙමේ ටෝකියෝ සුපර් ඕන වැටකට සුපර්.
නව රෙක්සෝනා ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ඩිෆෙන්ස් 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සඳහාමයි.
German engineered tires for Sri Lankan roads. Seat car radials. The road is yours.
At ESU, every class, every opportunity unlocks a new version of yourself. Welcome to the Infinite You. Welcome to ESU.
That was summer refresh when the train got to go.
Night Go Pocket Perfume. Youth එකට go එකක්.
ලොකු ඩිස්කවුන්ට් නැති දවටනේ නියමවිල සඳහන් ස්විස් ටෙක්ටයිල් ඇඩසිව් අල්ලන්න හොඳම කෙනා. නව රෙක්සෝනා ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ඩිෆෙන්ස් 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සඳහාමයි.
Love rugby.
Live rugby.
Prima Kotumi. Fun tamai.
Keep sweating. Keep pushing the limits. Keep stepping up your game. Keep shining. Keep rising. No matter what your fitness goal is, we are always there by you, with you. Iodex. Get. Spray. Go.
වතුරත් ලීක් වෙලා ස්ලැබ් එකත් ඉවරයි. බලන්නකො දැන් සාලේ කැත. චමරි.
ස්විස්ටෙක් ඇක්වාෂීල්ඩ් 2K waterproof දැම්මනම් වතුර කාන්දු වෙන්නෙත් නෑ. හිතටත් නිදහස්.
ස්විස්ටෙක් ඇක්වාෂීල්ඩ් 2K waterproofer සීල් කරන්න හොඳම කෙනා.
Park Avenue, long-lasting fragrance, unshakable confidence.
කොහෙන් හරි කමන්නේ ෆොටෝ එක තිබ්බනම් මට මේ බිත්තිය කැත වහගන්න තිබ්බා.
චමරි අක්කා.
බිත්තියට ස්විස්ටෙක් ස්කිම් කෝඩ් ගාලා ෆිනිෂ් කළා නම් ඔය ප්‍රශ්න මුකුත් නෑ.
ස්විස්ටෙක් ස්කිම් කෝට් ෆිනිෂ් එකට හොඳම කෙනා.
Creamy richness redefined. Smooth, soft, spreadable. Introducing Fondre with canola and sunflower oil.
There is a rhythm to island life, where a walk is a dance, where there is work-life flexibility, where fun is serious, and where songs rise out of the sea. The unique and amazing facets of island living inspire us.
Bring that inspiration home. Lanka Tiles. Fine living. Redefined.
නව රෙක්සෝනා ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ඩිෆෙන්ස් 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සඳහාමයි.
Love rugby.
Live rugby.
Prima Kotumi. Fun tamai.
German engineered tires for Sri Lankan roads. Seat car radials. The road is yours.
Are you okay?
Whose fault is this? Looks like someone didn't use Tokyo Super Seal for waterproofing. Tokyo Super Seal. Do it right the first time.
Park Avenue. Long-lasting fragrance. Unshakable confidence.
At ESU, every class, every opportunity unlocks a new version of yourself. Welcome to the Infinite You. Welcome to ESU.
කොහෙන් හරි කමන්නේ ෆොටෝ එක තිබ්බනම් මට මේ බිත්තියේ කැත වහගන්න තිබ්බා.
චමලි අක්කා.
පිත්තියට ස්විස්ටෙක් ස්කිම් කෝඩ් ගාලා ෆිනිෂ් කළා නම් ඔය ප්‍රශ්න මුකුත් නැහැ.
ස්විස්ටෙක් ස්කිම් කෝට් ෆිනිෂ් එකට හොඳම කෙනා. නව රෙක්සෝනා ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ඩිෆෙන්ස් 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සඳහාමයි. ලොකු ඩිස්කවුන්ට් නැති දවටනේ නියම විල සඳහන් ස්විස්ටෙක් ටයිල් ඇඩසිව් අල්ලන්න හොඳම කෙනා. නව රෙක්සෝනා ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ඩිෆෙන්ස් 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සඳහාමයි.
Park Avenue. Long-lasting fragrance. Unshakable confidence.
Creamy richness redefined. Smooth, soft, spreadable. Introducing Fondre with canola and sunflower oil.
At ESU, every class, every opportunity unlocks a new version of yourself. Welcome to the Infinite You. Welcome to ESU.
Park Avenue. Long-lasting fragrance. Unshakable confidence.
German engineered tires for Sri Lankan roads. Seat car radials. The road is yours.
Saratona enjoy කරන්න party එකට go.
Night Go Pocket Perfume. Youth එකට go එකක්.
වතුරත් ලීක් වෙලා. ස්ලැබ් එකත් ඉවරයි. බලන්නකො දැන් සාලේ කැත. චමරි.
ස්විස්ටෙක් ඇක්වාෂීල්ඩ් 2K waterproof දැම්මා නම් වතුර කාන්දු වෙන්නෙත් නැහැ. හිතටත් නිදහස්.
ස්විස්ටෙක් ඇක්වාෂීල්ඩ් 2K waterproofer සීල් කරන්න හොඳම කෙනා.
දවසම ෆ්‍රෙෂ් වෙන්න. O3 Spirit and Freedom perfumed body spray.
Boss, I got you some homemade milk toffee. Shall I bring it now? You know, no matter what others say, you are really important to us. I have never seen anyone care about the company as much as you do.
While you're working hard to earn your yearly bonus, save money with Commercial Bank's Power Bonus. Open an account with just 5,000 rupees and earn bonus interest every 3 months straight.
Park Avenue. Long-lasting fragrance. Unshakable confidence.
නව රෙක්සෝනා ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ඩිෆෙන්ස් 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සඳහාමයි.
හරි. ඉන්ජෙක්ෂන් එක.
බයද? ඒවටත් බෙහෙත් අපි ළඟ තියෙනවා. ඉඳගන්න.
උස්වත්ත පවුලින් හඳුන්වා දෙන රස ඇබ්බැහිය චර්පි චිප්ස් රිදෙන්න දැනෙන රස තව ඉන්ජෙක්ෂන් එකක් ගහමුද
ලොකු ඩිස්කවුන්ට් නැති දවටනේ නියම විල සඳහන් ස්විස්ටෙක් ටයිල් ඇඩසිව් අල්ලන්න හොඳම කෙනා.
Creamy richness redefined. Smooth, soft, spreadable. Introducing Fondre with canola and sunflower oil.
But Kingswood struck back soon after through their big number 8. DS. The scrum of Vikramasinghe made easy work, and it did not take them too long to score their 4th try. Received a penalty try as the maul was brought down illegally, and moments before half time, well, here you go, this is the penalty try that they received. D.S Senanayake College for all their hard work. Kingswood were no match, as physically they just could not live up to DS. Kingswood scored a try in simply Kingswood style to their big centre Sachinda. That too was converted by Bowdin for their 14 points, but on the stroke of half time, Jitnula for DS, the home team, he ensured that they went into half time with 5 tries after a great run from their winger Priyalal. Received an advantage, and Jitnula from close range, well, there was no stopping the big man, just barged his way over for the 5th try. Converted 2 of the 5. And, well, they are chasing Shad moment, Shanaka.
It's been a battering up front, and when a team takes that kind of punishment, it's very difficult to bring your morale up to make the hits that require to be made wider out. And sometimes it's just one of those things, you know, when you go in for the first scrum or the first hit, the first breakdown, you tend to sense that this is not going to be your day. And I think Rushit Tamodia, man on your screen, felt that pretty early doors. He hasn't been the live wire that Kingswood desperately needed him to be today if they were to have a chance against this big DS side, and to just create an upset in this plate championship and give St. Joseph something to shout about.
And Shanaka, by the looks of things, Kings would have made a change. I think it's the number 13 who has been taken out with 20. As the second half is kicked off, and straight away knocked forward by Rusiru for D.S Senanayake College, and attacking opportunity straight away in the second half.
Yes, it's all about making sure you keep the pressure. Especially for DS, they would be careful not to be complacent, not to relax now, thinking that the job is already done. There's a whole half to be played. We saw what happened yesterday to Isipatana, who were leading comfortably in the first half and ended up losing that game. Almost out-hooked once again.
Breaking on the short side, goes their big number 7, the try line beckoning. Has he scored? The referee says short. That was Akila. Now DS Kingswood College rather, just a couple meters out from the try line. And what a way it will be to start this second half. There goes the first try in the second half. First Amana Bank try come in the way of Kingswood College. To their big number 16, Sanuka. Straight away getting into the thick of the action, Shanaka.
Yes, they have gone to their bench early. And Sanuka Nisanka is the man who burrowed through. He's one of the bigger lads in the Kingswood side, nowhere near as big as the DS forwards, of course, but he's used the energy that he's got off the bench. That's him at the back. Sees the ball. Sees it the second time. And he's in a nice prime position to dive over for the try. And Adhikari being brought in as well on the wing. Seems to have been a deliberate ploy by Kingswood to make sure that they pace the game up a little bit. Bowdin with an important conversion to take Kingswood into the 20s and reduce that gap from double digits.
Just pulls it towards the left upright does bowed in, but Kingswood 19 points, trailing by 10. So Sanut Setmal has come in for Dulaj Fernando, and there has been a bit of a shuffle around in that Kingswood backline.
Dulaj Fernando's done his part. He saved 2 certain tries for D.S Senanayake. Sure, they went on to score a little later on in the piece, but Dulaj really did put in a shift in defence. ThePapare now to restart for DS.
Puts it deep into the 22. Collected by Ashik as he gives it out to Rushit Tamodya. Doesn't find touch. Now Rusiru gives it out to his winger. Step in and gets the back of the hand pass. Tatira under immense pressure. Turnover has been made. Kingswood College. Just what the doctor ordered with that early try. Now to the line. Kingswood College with numbers on the outside. The players trying to make something out of it, but just too flat. And the pass has drifted forward for the liking of the referee.
Yes, I thought that was forward as it left the hand. It was well spotted by the team of referees. Once again, just a little bit of over-eagerness on the part of the receiving player, Romario. And this is where the receiving players need to be in sync. You can see he was just ahead of the play when Dinale Kanayaka made that pass. Needed to make sure he starts behind the ball, and these are the little things that can cost games.
Vikramasinghe, this time from the left side of the scrum. However, the forwards have just bound a bit too early for the referee's liking. Here's take 2. Vikramasinghe feeds the scrum. To the line he goes. Tatira gives it to the back door. Now D.S Senanayake College to the big back line. Running hard. Step in, but he's slips. Does Disanayake. Good counterattack coming. Slow the ball though. Big forwards for D.S Senanayake College. Vikramasinghe surveys his options. Gives it out to Sanu Pereira. Shows. Makes a half break. Kingswood defends. Samma holding on for dear life. Jitnula, the try scorer for D.S Senanayake College, setting things up. Mindinu, that was big lock. Taking a couple of defenders to bring him down. Kingswood defense still can spread a handkerchief over them. Now to the line they go. Trying to step his way through was Samarasinghe, the winger for DS. Jitnula back in action. Takes it and he knows just one route. That's the direct route. Praveen Lakmal beating a couple of defenders and brings them with him to the floor. Ayushmant this time. Not to making too much headway are D.S Senanayake College. But what they are doing is they are keeping possession with them and grinding out the Kingswood forwards. Pick and go this time by Sanu Pereira. Doesn't make too many meters. A knock-on advantage coming the way of the home team. Rusiru, that is the fullback, coming into first receiver. Massive shove coming in there. The referee goes back for the knock-on advantage. So good signs in the second half, Shanaka. The Kingswood defense somehow managing to hold out DS, at least for the first 6 minutes.
They're showing a lot more belief, aren't they, Romario? They started off being very complacent on defense. They allowed DS to run at them. This time they're running up and meeting them, which is something that they've obviously discussed in the dressing room. How long can they hold up this intensity, this urgency? That will be the question, of course.
to go back is Vikramasinghe feeding the centre field scrum. To the right they go. Sanu drops it off short to Vikramasinghe. He beats one. Gets it away. Now numbers for D.S Senanayake College. Still somehow managing to hold on to the balls in the tram line was Disanayake. Now they are big forwards coming into the play. Screaming for the turnover, but they don't get it. The fold defense doing quite good now for Kingswood College. Trying to counteract to no avail. DS with their big number 8, Sanu Pereira that is. Now Praveen Lakmal lining up and goes the opposite side. Still the DS attackers, they are making headway and they are pushing the Kingswood defense meter by meter behind. Now Jitnula running hard. By the looks of it, the turnover has been made by the big number 1 Tushan, that is for Kingswood. Now Rusit Tamod, and he loses it cold. Does the Kingswood fullback Bowdin as his opposite number Rusiru brings play pretty much to where it was on the field. About 10 meters out are D.S Senanayake College from the Kingswood try line. All their good work undone by Bowdin. Ashik Azmi on the floor. Think seems to be a bit of blood coming in.
Referee very quick to spot that and make sure he stopped the game. Welfare of the players is of more importance than anything else. And as soon as he saw Azmi, he realized that he needed the doctor on the pitch as soon as possible. So conversation there just about whether they're showing enough of a pull on the ball.
බෝල් එක බිමනේ තියෙන්නේ. ඒතර ටර්න් ඕවර් එකක් වෙන්න ඔයා මට ඒක ඇදලා පෙන්නන්න ඕනේ මෙයා බෝල් එක රිලීස් කරන්නේ නැහැ කියන එක. ඔයා නිකන් අත තියන් ඉඳලා බෝල් එක නැහැ.
Good body position there, but some nice touches from Sanu Pereira, especially from that number 8 break. He's seen a lot of number 8s just try to do too much this season, Romario, from the back of that scrum. But he played a lot of basketball. Sanu Pereira knows the benefit of just committing a player and letting that ball do the work, making sure he gets the ball out before the tackle comes in. So it just gives the space for that number 9 and the number 14 to really get a little bit of time and space. So it's good to see good technical work being done at the back of that scrum.
Indeed, drawing and passing. The ball always travels faster than man. And if you put your defenders into space with good passers, they'll no doubt be able to make good headway. That's exactly what Sanu shows for viewers watching. We're going to restart with a scrum in favor of D.S Senanayake College. They were the last in position. Vikramasinghe feeds the scrum from the right again. Goes to his line. A number on the outside. Tatira Pereira gives it out to Rusiru. Not the best of passers, which slowed him down. Samarasinghe has come into first receiver as Minidu takes a couple of defenders. Now the ball has been turned over. This time Akila Dilshan does really well, and the kick comes in with a chase as well. However, the ball beats everyone into touch. Kingswood College keeping DS at bay, and somehow still their defense seems to be holding tight in this second half, Shanagar.
Yes, they've defended much better in the 10 minutes of this half than they did for the entirety of the first half. they've shown some belief in making those tackles and also going in and competing at the breakdown, Romario. That's not something that they were doing really in the first half, at least not at most breakdowns. They were allowing this big set of forwards to dictate terms at the breakdown. But this time they're really going in and competing, which has created a few problems for DS.
Praveen Lakmal hits Bumudika at the tail. And here goes the skipper, Lankesh.
No!
Whole team makes good meters over the gain line. Does DS now slowing things down. Ball has been out and a massive tackle comes in. The referee said the play on. Turnover for Kingswood College. Good awareness shown there by the Kingswood defenders. Ekanayake gives it out to their winger. DS does really well and bundle their opponents into touch.
We talked about this just as we came off the halftime break, didn't we, Romario, about how this DS pack may start to tire. The thing about having a big set of forwards is, unless you've got a bomb squad, which they don't, they do start to tire in the second half, and you could see that breakdown was not nearly as tight as they would have wanted to be. Good defense though, covering and making sure that the Kingswood player gets dragged into touch. They needed to make that ball available.
Change coming in. Mindinu being subbed off. And as we say that the DS defenders, the DS forwards seems to be tiring. Coach makes one change. Line out secured by the greatest difficulty. However, Kingswood hands in the ruck. Shanidu is the guilty party on that time, on that occasion rather. Tathira skews off the outside of his boot, hence does not make 2 meters. Ashik Azmi comes back and the change has been reversed. I think the ruck had been formed and then the defender does not have rights to the ball.
As long as the referee communicates that early and allows the attacking player to, or the defending player to just get enough time to get his hands off the ball, that's the only thing we can really expect, because it's all so dynamic and fluid at that breakdown. But if the referee says no ruck is formed, then you've got to let go of the ball. Players need to have that awareness about them.
Praveen Lakmal hits his target this time. Cleanly they do so. And a good defense coming in by Kingswood. Vikramasinghe from the box puts it up high. Collected by the winger. It's the fend away. Beats the first man. Does the Kingswood College win 3/4. Setting things up now. Numbers on the outside, but Rusit Tamodya opts to go with his boot.
He's really not having the best days here, Romario. There were numbers to burn on the outside, and Kingswood really needed to go through the hands there, but they do so now.
Quick line out rather taken. Kingswood College still fighting to stay in the hunt. Fortunately though, nothing really going their way. Shanaka
thought that ball might have gone backwards, but referee was right on the spot. You lose control.
Yeah, you see the replay there. Sanut dropped short to big number 5 Menusha, but he just leaves it behind.
නෑ නෑ ඒ ඇවිල්ලා ලාස්ට් ෆුට් එක ගාව මේන්ටේන් වෙන්න නම්බර් 8 ගිහලා ස්කම් එක සෙට් වෙන්න මොකුත් නෑ සෙට් වෙන්නකො බෝල් එක ඔයගලන් අයියෙන් ගිහලා ඔයගලන් වැටුනේ කවුරුත් කැලප් කරේ නෑ බෝල් එක
scrum half. Ekanayake has moved out into the centers.
Coach!
Kingswood's decision making.
Set!
needs to be spot on if they're going to bridge this 10-point gap.
Vikramasinghe gives it out to Rusiru from inside the 50. Well, miscommunication by Bowdin and his friends, but just tries to let the ball bounce. Good patience there. However, Sachintana will have to be content with the goal line dropout.
That was living dangerously there. But you have to say that the two most important backs for Kingswood, Rusit Tamodya and Baudwin, are not having the best games today. They still got time though, and despite them not having the best games, they're only 10 points adrift. So they need to make sure that they have a fiery last quarter.
Tatira Pereira chucks the ball under his arm and goes. Referee communicates as the Jackola had to leave the ball. D.S Senanayake College. Numbers on the outside. Rusiru runs across field, beats one, is ragdolled through his jersey by Rusit Tamodya. Praveen Lakmal does not make too many meters as he's brought down to the floor. Jitnula shows and enters into the 22 and coming in blatantly there by Ashik Azmi.
Off the feet.
Not supporting his body weight, and then he tries to dig the ball out of the ruck.
Well, he got there in time, didn't he, Azmi? It's just that he lost his footing. Watch him go down to his knee here and still kept playing the ball. If you do go down to your knee as young players, you've got to let the ball go even if you've got your hand on it.
With nothing really going their way in trying to breach this Kingswood defense, DS opt for the 3 points. Psychological win for Kingswood. However, they will just draw a bit further on the scoreboard if this kick is successful, Shanaka.
I think this is a correct call from the Dons.
Take it.
They've got the bonus point already. They don't need the bonus point to win the plate. But that time, it's not the greatest kick in the world. It's Samarasinghe. So rather than throwing into a line out, they've given the ball back to Kingswood.
Back.
22-meter restart. You don't see that too often these days, Shanaka.
Certainly don't. And I kind of miss them actually.
Collected by Rusiru, beats a couple of defenders on the far side, making a good headway. In fact, that's Samarasinghe in the number 14 jumper. Now Vikramasinghe gives it out to his forwards as they show some good hands. Good clearance. Numbers on the outside, but fumbled. D.S Senanayake College still holding on to possession, but have been driven out of that opponent's 22.
Tackle!
Referee calls the play to be stopped. Consulting his AR.
අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම පල්ලෙන් ගන්න බෙල්ලට අතගෙන යන්න එපා. ඕකේ? right? sorry. okay? Offense එක? high tackle.
Tackle coming by the Kingswood defenders. This time though, skipper for the touchline, and the long kick there. Rusiru putting his team just 5 meters out from their opponent's try line, and now they are in red hot attacking position, Shanaka.
Well, this will be the icing on the cake. I don't see DS opting for anything other than their driving maul, and I don't see Kingswood coming back if they do concede here.
Praveen Lakmal digging out the ball from the tail of that maul. Kingswood College under immense pressure. An advantage comes as well. Ball does not come out of that maul. But the referee says that the maul was brought down to the floor illegally. So they have another opportunity. Do D.S Senanayake College. Time has been called off. Seems to be a bit of an injury concern.
Number 4
Back on his feet, just making sure that the forwards have a little bit of time to regroup. It's energy sapping work this, with whichever side of the maul you're on. And just to bring you the news from Bihar, which has cooled down considerably over the course of this evening as it draws on. Malaysia have beaten China to win third place in that Asian Under-27s tournament. Sri Lanka will be coming up against Hong Kong for the second time in the tournament in just a short while to try and win the Cup Championship. They've already beaten Hong Kong once, but the Hong Kong team will certainly be wary of the threat posed by Sri Lanka.
The DS maul has set up, swung around this time and defended much better by Kingswood. 7 meters out are DS Senanayake College, still opting to play to their big forwards. Here goes DS Senanayake College. Have they lost it forward? Yes. Quite unfortunate there was Piris as he tried his best to dot the ball down. Unfortunately, just did not have control of position as he loses the ball forward. Now it's a goal line dropout. Rushit Tamodya puts it deep as far as possible. Chip kick, chased, just unable to collect his chip was the DS player. Rushit Tamodya through Ekanayaka. Getting good meters, cleaned out was by Rushit Tamodya. Kingswood College from inside their own half. They'll have to spring something special if they are to break this DS defense. Nothing really on. And Tamodya kicks it full out. His day is just going from bad to worse, Shanaka.
Well, sometimes players have these days, doesn't make them any better or worse. Certainly no reflection of them as human beings if you have a bad day at the office. But maybe worth for Kingswood to just maybe inject someone else into that number 10 position. Maybe bring Dinale Kanayake in there. See if he can spark something. He's been having a decent enough day. And bring someone else into that back line.
Tavish Ekanayake. The skipper. Nothing seems to be going his way.
Sorry, I'm mixing him up with his national cap brother.
Praveen Lakmal hits Bumudika as a DS maul is rumbling forward. Brought to a stop, but illegally. Now Praveen Lakmal breaks from the boot of the maul. Into the 22 he goes. D.S Senanayake College through Tatira Pereira.
Good turnover, but advantage.
Just losing his footing at the last moment.
Go. බෝල් එක කැලප්ස් කරනවා.
57 minutes into this game here at Havelock Park. D.S Senanayake College still with that 10-point advantage.
Ball collapsing.
Neither team has been able to disrupt the scoring. DS received that penalty but failed to put it over.
Number 6 scout. 6.
Now the change is coming in for Kingswood College. One change in fact. Number 3 goes out. Praveen Lakmal to a full line out, hits Bumudika. Maul has been set up. Good resistance shown this time, but the spin and DS are on their way. Just a couple of meters out. Praveen has a sneak over. Now the try line beckoning. He goes over. Does Praveen, and by the looks of it has sealed the deal with their 6th Amana Bank try. Kingswood College just unable to stop this rumbling DS Mall.
It took a while getting there, but they got there in the end, did DS. Praveen Lakmal adds another one to his already illustrious try tally this season. Might even move up into second place with the couple of tries that he's got today. But this DS forward pack has really functioned like a well-oiled machine. They know exactly what they're doing. They get the arrowhead formation right, and even if the defense manages to disrupt a little bit, they know how to react. And that's a sign of a good forward pack. They know exactly the science of setting up that driving maul, and that's why Lakmal has been the beneficiary of so many tries. But it really is technically a very, very good driving maul that DS possession. Hats off to the coaches for getting it there.
Indeed, Coach Asela would have no doubt done plenty of this roll-in maul practice. And in the final game as well, it's coming good for D.S Senanayake College. Conversion by Rusiru unfortunately goes astray.
You've got to think it's beyond Kingswood now. At 10 points, we thought perhaps they were in with a sniff. But now that it has drifted out to a 15-point margin, 12 points to go, they'll have to go at more than a point a minute to try and come back into this game.
Oh
dear, oh dear.
Dangerous, absolutely dangerous there. The Kingswood defender, well, he did really well to get up high.
ThePapare is going to stay down in the hope that he can maybe distract from what was a bit of a reckless challenge. Let's have a look at that one again.
දෙන්නම් බෝල් එකට ගියේ. දාමුද? High ball contest එක දෙන්න producer. High ball contest.
To the TMO they go. ThePapare staying on the floor for as long as possible.
Like it's Sadev Amarasuriya is back on his feet. So is let's watch this here. Contestable up and under. And ThePapare didn't leave the floor, which means that he was probably not in a realistic position to catch that ball. And players are now required to have awareness and have eyes on players who do leave the ground. Romario, it's a difficult onus.
I think the only thing that will go his way is that his eyes were always on the ball, and he did not go with an intention.
බෝල් එකට රීච් කරන්න. රයිට් අරයා ඉන්නේ බෝල් එකට තමයි. හැබැයි එයා ඉන්නේ යට. එතකොට එයා ගිහිල්ලා තමයි අර උඩින්
Don't think intention is going to matter really, but what is important is how the Kingswood player falls there. That's
DS player control එක ඒ කියන්නේ
Sadev Amarasuriya.
බෝල් එකේ රයිට්ස් තියෙන්නේ
fair
Kingswood
bit of
player.
height.
අරයා යන්නේ කැච් එකට තමයි. හැබැයි ප්ලේ ඉන්නේ එයා ගිහලා වදිනවා අරයාගේ.
ඒතකොට එයාට වදින්න බෑනේ මචං කිව්වා.
ඔව්. ඔව්.
Fortunately for him, his head doesn't hit the floor. Fortunately, maybe for ThePapare also, his head doesn't hit the floor.
So, අරයා බෝලේ දිනලා තියෙන එකද?
3-man referee committee still trying to make their decision.
Thank you, producer. Thank you. Number 13. Number 13. Number 13, captain. Number 13, captain.
See a card.
Right. Okay.
Let's have a listen.
Kingswood player ball එකට high ball එකට jump කරලා තියෙන්නේ. මෙයාගේ jump එකක් තියෙන්නේ නැහැ. මෙයාත් ball එකට යන්නේ. අරයා ball එක දින්නට පස්සේ මෙයා යටින් වදිනවා. Playing there. එයා landing on back. Yellow card for him.
Goba Kalu. Hey, balida.
Well refereed there by Gyan Yatavarashanaka. Explains it clearly and gives ThePapare a yellow card.
Pereira didn't waste any time, didn't make any protestations. He knew exactly what was coming. He's probably happy that the color of the card is yellow, and he headed off the field as soon as referee went to his pocket, so he knew. And as you said, Romario, it wasn't intentional, but now the onus on the players is far more strict.
Kingswood attacking against a 14-man D.S Senanayake college team. To the line they go. There goes the big forward, taking it up into contact. Wrapping around. Goes Maduranga. Takes a couple of defenders with him. To the opposite side goes the replacement Sanuth. Kingswood red hot on attack. Inside their opponent's 22-meter. Forwards lining up. Just not getting any go forward because they are all static when they collect the ball. That's not helping their cause. Still with the forwards.
Get back, DS.
Sanuth opts to go from side to side, making just a few meters.
DS, get back, DS. Offside.
Now an advantage coming for Kingswood College. An offside penalty advantage. Kingswood still with possession. Just a couple meters out now from the DS try line. Forwards, credit needs to go to them for making about 20 meters. Against the post, he plants it to no avail.
Shot, release him.
Shot, says referee Gyan Yatavara, who has been controlling this game in good fashion. Again, Kingswood are short. They opt with their big forwards, still unable to breach this DS try line. To the line, will they go? No, they don't. But Kingswood have struck through Akila Dilshan. And does this game still have a bit of life left in it, Shanaka?
Well, ThePapare, not is he just a kicker of this DS team, but he's a very important defensive cog in that backline as well. He's one of the bigger men also in that backline. So losing him will be a fairly big blow to DS, especially in the dying minutes of this game when the cover can't get across as quickly as they would like. The replacements for Kingswood have made a difference, and now they've set up a grandstand finish here. 8 minutes left on the clock, 10 points left to bridge.
I think if I heard it right, did the conversion go over? Thought I heard the whistle go.
Number 14, Kingswood, number 14.
Kingswood number 14. 14. Change.
Changes are being made. Kingswood's Sadev Amarasuriya is being replaced. High restart. Looked like there was a bit of miscommunication there, but collected well and put into touch. Good clearance there by Kingswood College.
Proudwin saving his best kick of the game for the 63rd minute. And Kingswood in the half that they want to be in. This DS pack, is it running out of steam, this runaway train?
Praveen Lakmal hits Ayushmanta. In fact, that's Bumudika. And another maul as DS are trying their best to slow things down.
19, move 19. Side.
The DS crowd seems to be getting vocal. Nothing really happening from that maul. Good defense by Kingswood College. Nothing really on.
They really competed strongly at the breakdown in this second half and created a lot of turnovers. But again, the driving maul is what is really sapping the energy of this Kingswood team, taking the lifeblood away from them. There's really very little you can do when a team employs this tactic against you and does it so well.
And when you're unfortunately not physically gifted, it's very difficult to defend the role in maul.
We've got the score right now. It's 10 points gap. Surprisingly, that final conversion didn't go over. So Kings would still need to score twice.
About 6 minutes on the clock left to do that. Another line out for D.S Senanayake College. Praveen Lakmal hits Bumudika. Another maul has been set up. Kingswood just unable to cope up with this maul attack. This time a hand seems to be coming in and disrupting. Praveen Lakmal still trying his level best to hold on. So is the Kingswood defender. The ball has been ripped out by the looks of it, Shanaka. And it has been turned over.
Nisanka did brilliantly there. The try scorer. Outstanding work from him in the tight.
Get back.
High kick by Rusiru rather. But just left behind by the big number 1 Tushan. That was dropped it cold. Unable to grasp that high up and under.
It's all happening here.
D.S Senanayake College still with possession. Vikramasinghe gives it out to Rusiru. He spots a bit of space and he clears his lines. Kingswood College trailing by 10 points. About 4 minutes left on our clock. We also need to begin the conversation, Shanak, about the Swiss Tech perfect player of the match.
Can't see it coming from anywhere else but this DS forward pack. Nicely done by Kingswood in the line out.
Tamodya gives it out to his centre as the skipper Ekanayake at centre shows does bobbed in, but the defender does not bite. Rusit Tamodya sends it through the hands. Ball fumbled backwards, says referee Gihan Yatawara. Kingswood still on attack, enters the 22. Do they with Dinith Ranavira. Kingswood College still somehow recycling possession. Rusit Tamodya step in, gets the offload away by the greatest difficulty. Now D.S Senanayake College backtracking. An advantage comes for the visitors. Rusit Tamodya gives it inside. The gap, which was small, closed extremely fast on him. Kingswood College a couple of meters out from DS try. They score. Kingswood College score through their big number 8. And he sets up a grandstand finish. Does Madhuranga Pushpakumara under the upright, and this time the conversion is good.
It's a 3-point ball game with 3 minutes left. Nice work from Ekanayake on the near side to first straighten that. Baldwin benefited and made sure he made the line break. DS's defense collapsed quickly, but they just couldn't regroup. And the second try, the second Amana Bank try for Madhuranga Pushpakumara. And Baldwin making no mistake with that particular conversion. It would have been a 1-point game. And a draw. What will that do to the leaderboard, Romario? Suddenly, St. Joseph's and their fans, including yourself, are back on the edge of their seats.
A little bit over 2 minutes left in this half. Kingswood will have to attack from deep inside their own half if they are to do so. And he dropped it cold. That has pretty much been the way things have gone. The storyline of this evening's game, Mashanaka.
That sums up Kingswood's evening, doesn't it? How unfortunate for them after having come so close. Recovering from that early onslaught from this gigantic forward pack who really used their power early on in the game. And once that power ebbed, Kingswood came back into the game. But unfortunately for them, things really didn't pan out. Just those costly mistakes, a few forward passes, a few knock-ons, will probably see them not being able to close this game out.
Pereira gives it out to the big centre as they hope to keep the ball close. And the attempt of the turnover goes astray.
Tatira Pereira has been very good today, Romario, from DS's point of view. But for me, this driving maul has been really the heartbeat of this Kingswood attack. And Bumuddaka for me, if I had to make a choice, it would be Bumuddaka, who has been really good in the loose and outstanding in that line out. He hasn't lost a single one and has upset the Kingswood line out on occasion as well. For me, he is my Swiss Tech perfect player of the game. Yeah, he is again.
Indeed, Shanaka. Ayesh Mamta and Bumuddaka were the two players on my mind as well. And as you said it, Bumuddaka is the Swiss Tech player of the match. But do we have one final twist? Now Ekanayake sending it out, but there you go. Baldwin just leaves the ball behind. And we still have time for the scrum. But what a grandstand finish that would have been, Shanaka.
Yes, it's an absolute cracker of a game. You've got to feel for Baudwin. He's got such bad luck in this game. Numbers over. They needed to straighten it a little bit. Fortunately, Ekanayake didn't straighten like he usually does. Gave the pass a little earlier than anticipated, and Baudwin drops this just like a few others have dropped the ball for Kingswood, and left the Kandy boys, Randall's Hills boys, wondering what might have been.
Indeed, what might have been, not only for them, implications for other teams looking on as well, but D.S Senanayake College now, will they be able to wrap things up with one final try? They have an advantage. Goes for a drop kick, but does not have the legs. Advantage coming from that scrum. Not binding, says Kian Yatavara, the referee.
Oh, that's an interesting one. Just a little bit of over-eagerness. But this time, the forwards has captured himself, Vikramasinghe, saying, let me put the last rights on this season. And they've gone on and won the plate championship, have Vikramasinghe and his team. And this D.S Senanayake forward pack have done some outstanding service for their school over the course of this season. Some teams just haven't been able to deal with the firepower up front. Questions will be asked, could they have been exploited a little further on in the last quarter of games? But in this plate championship, teams not possessing as much depth as they would like to come up and really take control of proceedings in the final quarter. Just lacking the skills, Kingswood today, but they've really played a fantastic season, starting out with that pre-quarter final in the knockout and now running D.S Senanayake as close as they possibly can. But they will regroup and come back stronger for next year.
Indeed, the season ends in similar fashion to how it began against Royal. D.S Senanayake College deservedly are the plate champions. The Dialog Schools Rugby League 2025 season. Distraught Kingswood players just sitting down as the fireworks go. Kingswood player of the match is Bumudika in the number 7 jumper for D.S Senanayake College. As the crowds invade the ground in celebration, the D.S Senanayake crowd. Full-time score is 34 points to 31 in favor of D.S Senanayake College as they end the season with the plate championship. Well, the second half, it was really good. Kingswood scored the first try in that second half through their big number 16, Sanuka. The try went unconverted. How much these Kingswood players would have loved if those extra 2 points had been added. And after that, it was Praveen Lakmal scoring through that rolling maul. To set quite a bit of daylight between the two sides. ThePapare saw yellow for that irresponsible bit of play. Then on, it was Kingswood all the way. They scored 2 tries. One went converted. The second one did not get converted. rather beg your pardon, the first one wasn't converted and the second one was. Fireworks go off here at Havelock Park. But that was that, as Praveen Lakmal himself, well in fact Lankesh Wickramasinghe, keeper, took the quick tap and notched it over to end the game in favour of D.S Senanayake College. 34 points to 31, 6 tries played, 5 tries of Kingswood, 2 conversions versus 3, as Bumudika from D.S Senanayake College was awarded the Swiss Tech perfect player of the match. And what a game it was. This pretty much rounds off the Dialog Schools Rugby League season. Just one game left with no such implications on the stand-ins. Thurston College set to play host to Science College at Sugatadasa Stadium on Tuesday the 12th. Well, folks, that's about it from us here at ThePapare. Bring you live action as DS wrap up the plate championship. And until we meet you next time, I'm Romario De Silva signing off alongside Shanaka, our technical and production crew. As the fireworks go off at Havelock Park, it's thank you and goodbye.
Stand by for opener.
Sri Lanka's #1 sports channel, ThePapare.
3, 2, 1, roll off.
ඉතින් ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ අංක ක්‍රීඩා නාලිකාව ThePapare සමග.
Welcome back to ThePapare.
Welcome to the live broadcast on ThePapare.
Good luck, guys. Good luck, everyone.
The Papare, Sri Lanka's #1 television sports channel.
Reserve your BYD vehicle today with John Keel's CG Auto by visiting the BYD showrooms or call us on 0112 125 125.
Creamy richness redefined. Smooth, soft, spreadable. Introducing Fondre with canola and sunflower oil.
Maliban lemon puff puff, lemon puff, Maliban lemon puff. Hamasitakma pipide, rasa lemon rasa ye. Jeevithayam mihirai, Maliban lemon puff puff, lemon puff, Maliban lemon puff, Maliban lemon puff, chilven lemon.
Park Avenue, long-lasting fragrance, unshakable confidence.
Some bonds last a lifetime. Nippon Cement.
Nava Rexona Sports Defense 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සඳහාමයි.
Love rugby.
Live rugby.
Prima Kotumi. Fun tamai.
Saratama enjoy කරන්න party එකට go.
Night Go Pocket Perfume. Youth එකට go එකක්.
ලොකු ඩිස්කවුන්ට් නැති දවටනේ නියම විල සඳහන් ස්විස් ටෙක්ටයිල් ඇඩසිව්. අල්ලන්න හොඳම කෙනා. නව Rexona Sports Defense 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සඳහාමයි.
Keep sweating. Keep pushing the limits. Keep stepping up your game. Keep shining. Keep rising. No matter what your fitness goal is, we are always there by you, with you. Iodex. Get. Spray. Go.
That was summer refresh when the train ekata go.
Night Go Pocket Perfume. Youth එකට go එකක්. Muscle Guard Herbal Cream. A herbal cream for rapid relief and complete healing from muscle and joint ailments. Experience rapid relief. A trusted product from Link Natural.
German engineered tires for Sri Lankan roads. Seat car radials. The road is yours.
Park Avenue, long-lasting fragrance, unshakable confidence.
මේ දිනවල ඇතිවිය හැකි අසනීප තත්ත්වයන් වලින් ආරක්ෂා වීම සඳහා ප්‍රතිශක්තිය වර්ධනය කර නිරෝගීමත් දවසක් සඳහා සමහන් පානය කරන්න. සෙවදා සමහන් සෙවදා සුවෙන්.
Reserve your BYD vehicle today with John Keel's CG Auto by visiting the BYD showrooms or call us on 0112 125 125.
ලොකු ඩිස්කවුන්ට් නැති දවටනේ නියම විල සඳහන් ස්විස් ටෙක්ටයිල් ඇඩසිව්. අල්ලන්න හොඳම කෙනා.
හරි. ඉන්ජෙක්ෂන් එක.
බයද? ඒවටත් බෙහෙත් අපි ළඟ තියෙනවා. ඉඳගන්න.
උස්වත්ත පවුලින් හඳුන්වා දෙන රස ඇබ්බැහිය චර්පි චිප්ස් රිදෙන්න දැනෙන රස මේ තව ඉන්ජෙක්ෂන් එකක් ගහමුද?
Park Avenue, long-lasting fragrance, unshakable confidence.
Our mountains are majestic.
They can be life-giving. Some are even sacred, and their heights bear marks of our heritage. Our mountains elevate us. To us, they are ever inspiring.
Bring that inspiration home. Lanka Tiles. Fine living. Redefined.
නව රෙක්සෝනා ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ඩිෆෙන්ස් 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සඳහාමයි.
රාමෙන් පාරක් දාමුද?
මෙතන
විතරක් නෙමෙයි. ඕනෙම තැනක රාමෙන්.
හඳුන්වාදන මෙල්බන් ස්නැකර්ස් කොරියන් රාමෙන් සේවරි විස්කට්. රාමෙන් සැරට සෙට් වෙන්න.
නව රෙක්සෝනා ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ඩිෆෙන්ස් 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සඳහාමයි.
Love rugby.
Live rugby.
Prima Kotumi. Fun tamari.
The road is yours.
German engineered tires for Sri Lankan roads. Seat car radials. The road is yours.
Park Avenue. Long-lasting fragrance. Unshakable confidence.
උස්වත්ත පවුලින් හඳුන්වා දෙන රස ඇබ්බැහිය චර්පි චිප්ස් රිදෙන්න දැනෙන රස.
නව රෙක්සෝනා ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ඩිෆෙන්ස් 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සඳහාමයි. නව රෙක්සෝනා ස්පෝර්ට්ස් ඩිෆෙන්ස් 72 hours order protection සමගින් පිරිමින් සඳහාමයි.
ලොකු ඩිස්කවුන්ට් නැති දවටනේ නියම විල සඳහන් ස්විස් ටෙක්ටයිල් ඇඩසිව් අල්ලන්න හොඳම කෙනා.
Park Avenue. Long-lasting fragrance. Unshakable confidence.
Follow your dreams, achieve your goals. With every step, let your story unfold. In this world you will shine. Just believe it's your time. Sky is the ultimate limit. Never can you stop any day.
Chase your dream career with eSoft Metro Campus.
දවසම ෆ්‍රෙෂ් වෙන්න. O3 Spirit and Freedom perfumed body spray.
Boss, you're the one who lifted this company to where it is today, ne? Your work is so well organized and your capability really shines through it.
While you're working hard to earn your yearly bonus, save money with Commercial Bank's Power Bonus. Open an account with just 5,000 rupees and earn bonus interest every 3 months straight.
German engineered tires for Sri Lankan roads. Seat car radials. The road is yours.
උස්වත්ත පවුලින් හඳුන්වා දෙන රස ඇබ්බැහිය චර්පි චිප්ස් රිදෙන්න දැනෙන රස.
තෙහෙලු නෙමේ ටෝකියෝ සුප ඕන වැඩකට සුප.
කොහෙන් හරි කමන්නේ ෆොටෝ එක තිබ්බනම් මට මේ බිත්තියේ කැත වහගන්න තිබ්බා.
චමරි අක්කා.
බිත්තියට ස්විස් ටෙක් ස්කිම් කෝඩ් ගාලා ෆිනිෂ් කළා නම් ඔය ප්‍රශ්න මුකුත් නැහැ.
ස්විස් ටෙක් ස්කිම් කෝඩ් ෆිනිෂ් එකට හොඳම කෙනා.
Park Avenue, long-lasting fragrance, unshakable confidence.